Good Neighbors International Philippines is a humanitarian and development organization that originated as a non-profit, non-governmental organization in 2008. Good Neighbors conducts community development projects to create a community where children are happy and all members coexist in harmony. We plan and implement projects that respects the human rights of children based on our unchanging belief in human dignity. We stimulate our projects and expand our network by mobilizing the human and material resources of communities in field countries, encouraging them to actively engage in our project as an organized group of volunteers, partners, and community committees, and we conduct advocacy projects such as campaigns, government policies, and seminars to promote our projects and raise awareness of governments or the general public as part of citizenship education. The mission and vision of Good Neighbors Philippines envisions a country where people care and share with love for the welfare of every Filipino child. We strive in promoting the well-being of marginalized Filipino children through integrated and child-centered community development programs that create long-term positive change.
Good Neighbors International Philippines is focused in promoting the well-being of Filipino children. And for 10 years, Good Neighbors have been implementing community development initiatives and direct services to children and their families in partnership with different stakeholders in the community. At present, Good Neighbors is contributing to the well-being of more than 13,000 sponsored children in 10 community development projects all over the country. We wanted to reach more children in need, and so we invite you join us, be a sponsor, and contribute in creating good change to the life of a Filipino child.
Good Neighbors pursues the sustainable development of communities through empowerment, leadership, ownership, and the harmony with their environment. We have total 10 community development projects in the Philippines. These are the areas of where we work. Starting with our first CDP in Barangay San Isidro, Rodriguez Rizal, and after, we have Southville CDP in Rodriguez Rizal, Tingloy CDP in Batangas, and Gigmoto CDP in Catanduanes, Sagrada Familia CDP, Pugad Tibagin CDP in Hagonoy, Bulacan, Prieto Diaz CDP in Sorsogon, CDP in Eastern Samar, Hilagting CDP, Aguinaldo CDP, and Luganapan CDP in Laak, Compostela Valley. Now, we have planned to open a new CDP in Barangay Bagong Silangan, Sitio Bacal. Good Neighbors implements community development projects through projects focused on education, health, water, sanitation and hygiene, income generation, and energy and environment. Every child has the right to education, development, and protection. Good Neighbors Philippines recognizes and promotes education through the provision of quality education programs focusing on early child development, social and life skills education, and teachers and parents capacity building program. GNIP also implements a comprehensive child protection program for children who are most vulnerable to violence, exploitation, and abuse. Health programs of Good Neighbors Philippines are geared towards providing quality health services to GNIP communities. This includes the provision of medical supplies, equipment, and services, the construction of community health centers, and the implementation of health awareness campaigns. About the water, sanitation, and hygiene program, Good Neighbors provides sustainable and equitable access to safe water and hygiene services in the community development project areas, including campaigns and constructions of hygiene and latrine facilities. Income Generation Program aims to build economic capacity and stability, contributing to an overall increase of families' economic condition. Aside from its economic objective, livelihood programs also develop the skills of its members while utilizing local materials and resources within the respective communities. Energy and environment sector provide access to renewable energy, proper waste management, and rehabilitation taking into accounts the environmental protection of areas where good neighbors operate. Aiming for disaster preparedness and rebuilding communities' resiliency, GNIP programs for DRRM includes risk assessment, installation of early warning system, and emergency responses. GNIP DRRM programs also include mainstreaming of CCAM, climate change adaptation and mitigation, into development plans to make communities and institutions disaster ready. Sponsorship program provides a system for sponsors to support children in good neighbor supported areas. While under the program, children are not just given materials and resources through item distributions, but they are also given access to more opportunities for quality education, good nutrition, and proper health care.
Mainit na pagbati sa Good Neighbor International Philippines sa kanyang ika-10 taong anibersaryo. Nagpapasalamat kami sa mga tulong na ipinagaloob para sa pagpapaunlad ng komunidad at serbisyo. Para sa kapakanan ng mga bata, nawa ipatuloy kayong pagpalain at marami pang matulungan. Maraming salamat at mabuhay kayo.
In 2008, Good Neighbors International Philippines was established with the goal of improving the lives of Filipinos, especially of the children, through child sponsorship and community development programs.
Good Neighbors had a working process for international development project that is unit basis approach before. Meaning is when we go to the area, we work, make project like water pump or construction building for school and classrooms and medical mission or make building for health center and some distributions, unit basis, each community basis. After that, we were analyzes how was the impact and to change the community. There's not much of the impact. Those kind of the approach skill. That's why we transform the approach skill from unit basis to community basis project. The 2008 this is first year transforming to approach our international development skill. Then we're looking for the field country which is was able to implement, to adopt the new skill, new approach. The Philippines is one of the country. Some other Africa, some other Latin America. I was the one who came here for the peoples to use new the new approach skill community based project. That's why I'm here. We started the Good Neighbors Philippines at that time. And in 2008, wow, in the Philippines, nothing. I mean, nothing at all. We didn't have anything at all. The name of the Good Neighbors. No office, no staff, no project site, no program, even no house for me. That's why I remember I worked first in the area. I worked in the cafe long time without any facilities, any resources. Then we're looking for how we found legal bodies. That's why we tried it to register legal body in the Philippines. Name of the Good Neighbors International Philippines. This is first, I remember our status. After restoration, we found the office. We're looking for office, and we hired staff, and we're ready for work in the Philippines. But we have problems. We had to make answer. That is, lots of NGO, global NGO, and local or foundation and government. So they have many NGOs that already work in the Philippines. So many NGOs there. So what's our part? Community really need our work, good neighbors. And do we have any part to implement in the area? We have questions. That's why we research. We study about that NGO part. Finally, we make result. That is, lots of NGO focus on urban basis area, especially Metro Manila, around Metro Manila, nearby. Lots of NGO working there for urban poor peoples, minority, street children. That's why, in the other hand, the rural, there's no NGOs, there's no any implement from the NGOs. Remote area, dumping area, agricultural province. There are few NGOs over there. Still, people need something, help. Still, they are waiting for some empowerment from the outside. That's why we decided our direction, our strategy, our goals. So the first goal is we go province, go rural, go remote area. This is our first goal. Second one is child right basis approach. So every project, when we make process, when we have design and make our program and project, we concern about child right in the process, in the implementation, in the outcome, our indicators. We insert and we concern about child right basis. It's so much important. That's why one of the biggest the focus program is child right celebration. Child right is the event. This is one of the biggest our advocacy program. Last one is we cover whole nation of Philippines, Luzon, Visaya, Mindanao. So first we approach the Luzon area to checking to head community project. Luzon, our CDP first. Actually, we try to go to the Visaya first, but we went to Mindanao second, because when we go to Visaya or Mindanao, our first touch working of emergency relief activities, because many national disaster day we had in the Philippines. So after disaster, nature disaster, we settled down emergency relief team to be dispatched. We go there, dispatch the area to emergency relief activity. So Mindanao second, we touch it. Last one, Visaya. That's why now we working whole nation, right? Luzon, Mindanao, and Visayas.
In 2009, we acquired registration from Securities and Exchange Commission as an international NGO and continue stepping forward to make good change for the world. In 2010, granted with official registration and license to operate by the Department of Social Welfare and Development, we established our first learning center and health center in Sitio Balagbag, Rodriguez, Rizal. 2011, GNIP put up 3 new community development projects, namely Southville, Rodriguez, Rizal, Tingloy Island in Batangas, and Gigmote in Catanduanes. We expanded our projects area to help reach children on isolated areas in the country. In 2012, the inauguration of GNIP Mom Center, a community center to serve as a venue for skills training, health improvement, and educational programs and developments for the community. On 2013, GNIP continues to grow by establishing health centers in Sitio Lukutan, Malaki, and Rizal, and Barangay Pisa in Batangas. On this same year, Typhoon Haiyan hits the country and greatly affected the lives of the Filipino. GNIP conducted emergency response through relief operation and psychosocial intervention. 2014, GNIP stepped forward by bringing in programs to address disaster vulnerability of the country. GNIP acquired membership to the Disaster Risk Reduction Network, Philippines and the Philippine NGO Coalition, and UNCRC monitoring. We were also granted with a certificate of registration and license to operate nationwide. In 2015, we formulated GNIP vision, mission, and core values to improve its mechanism for a better program implementation for the community. Furthermore, GNIP celebrated iLight, a campaign for child rights, and implemented the Solar Energy Project, the RRM projects in the partnership with the World Food Program and Korea International Corporation Agency. 2016, opening of GNIP's local resource mobilization arm and continue its endeavors on community development projects. 2017, GNIP committed on bringing significant good change. We were recognized as partner in disaster resiliency by the Philippine Red Cross. We also launched the mobile library in La Compostela Valley. We build children capacity through conduct of KIDER correspondence workshop and participated in Asia Regional Aflaton program in China. 2018, GNIP constructed a community-based learning facility for indigenous people, which are the Babawan tribe in Barangay Longanapan, La Compostela Valley. The facility was established to primarily contribute in the improvement of the learning outcome of the IP children and adults. Secondary to that, the facility will contribute in reliving the culture, the indigenous knowledge and system of the tribe. It will also serve as a school of living tradition for the Babawan tribe in the long run. The facility is in the partnership with DepEd and NCIP.
When you feel happy, what is your happiness? I think one of them, when we meet very good person, friend, stay with me, this is so happy, this is so lucky for me. So in the life, how many the good person, good friend, and good people stay with us. This is so much, we can stay, we can live with happiness, maybe, right? See, good neighbors is one of the part. Good friend, good people. So good neighbors want to be a good friend with you. So please remember, good neighbors stay in the community, and we are not just face out face that easily. Even after finish the project, some program, we still there in the community because our work is not just project basis, not just program basis, community basis. That's why we want to talk together with the community. We want to stay with the community, live with the community sometimes. So our office, our step house and project, everything in the community, not just boy and now. So good neighbors, this is our work. So we stay. This is very, I think it's good for the community and peoples. So please remember, good neighbors stay with you. And good neighbors concerned about children, your children. The children is the future of the nation, future of the Philippines. So we have to take care of our children, the Philippine children. The good news work for them. We respect the children. We listen their voices. Sometimes we implement with the children. So children is important. So good neighbors work for children. That's why please join us. Volunteers sometimes working or help or support with the good neighbors and with the community, with the Philippine children.
Even until now, GNIP helped us to prioritize the rights of the children and to develop and support communities. Good Neighbors International Philippines Country Strategic Plan will be the direction of the organization in working with communities, families, and children for 2019 to 2021, which will focus on community development initiatives on child protection, education, health, water and sanitation and hygiene, livelihood, environment and disaster risk reduction, and management applying the human right-based, child-centered, and integrated community development approaches. To further help improving the lives of Filipino, GNIP also plans to open a new community development project area in Barangay Bagong Silangan, Quezon City. GNIP aims to improve the well-being of Filipino children through building sustainable partnership to empower families and communities. Let us help the children to see the bright side of our community.